skydiving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. Happy Saturday, right? Happy Saturday to you. Means you're off work and you should be here listening to me. They still got this spooky up. It's the 4th. Come on. Let's go with default. I'm going to go with default. Let's change the color. While we're waiting. Let's go with green. I'm going to go with green today. Now let's put a background in if we want. Here. Should we do some backgrounds here? Here's a background. That looks crappy. What's that one? Crappy. It's because the background that I have is crappy. How that one? Yeah. You probably noticed that I don't do any. Hi, Amber. You probably noticed that I don't, I feel like we need to take care of our own backyard before we start giving money to other countries. I'll just put it that way. Because if we're so great, then let's show it, man. Let's show it. Then let's be the leaders of the fucking world and show what it's like to take care of people the right way. We have the resources, we have the money, we don't do it. And that gets frustrating. Let's talk about Tradition 12 today. And stay away from worldly clamors. All right. We're going to go check out the church today. That's right. I have not been to the actual club. I don't need to be. It's an old Latter-day Saints. It's an old Mormon church. I grew up Mormon. All the churches pretty much look the same. I know how it looks. And it will be perfect for us. So I already know that. How do I know that? Because God provided it. I don't need anything beyond that. It's trust. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. And I'm going to be your host today. While I'm thinking about it, if you ever want to come on and have a topic or something that you would like to discuss, please let me know. And I'll bring you on. We'll schedule it and we'll bring you on. As long as it's not before 10 o'clock in the morning, obviously. I don't know what it is. I've been sleeping less. I don't know what I think what it is, actually, is that my grandson has been waking me up at 8:30 for a few months. And now I'm just used to it. Now I'm just waking up at 8:30. So thanks, little guy. Right. What do I do? Get mad? Nah. I don't feel like I'm lacking any sleep. So, Tradition 12. Right? Anonymity is a spiritual foundation. Let's actually read the long version, then I'll get into the 12 by 12 here. So we're going to read the long version. Spiritual substance of anonymity is sacrifice. Subordinating personal aims to the common good is the essence of all 12 traditions. Why AA could not remain a secret society. That's right. We used to be a secret society. It was by invite only. Do you know what an invite only is? A sponsor. Ta-da! That's how we got sponsor. It's kind of neat to know. Why principles become before personalities. 100% anonymity at the public level. Anonymity is real humility. What we're really trying to say with that is you are not, I am not, no one is bigger, better, more special than anyone else. No, it does not work like that. Okay. For me, over the last few years, I have figured out what my lane is, and my lane is alcoholism and recovery. And that's what it is. Seems like when I try to go beyond that, it just doesn't quite work for me. Now, recovery's for everybody, so I'm cool there, right? But when it comes down to it, I don't know what it's like to have an eating disorder. I don't know what it's like to stick a needle in my arm. I don't know these things. I never had a gambling addiction. I don't have a food addiction. I don't have really any other addictions besides smoking, which I am working on, right? So therefore, I am not an expert in those things. But when it comes to recovery and understanding the human psyche, it is quite different. Woo! You're like, oh, what is this shit? All right. I'm going to start on page 186. But it became apparent that word of mouth method was too limited. Our work as such needed to be publicized. The AA groups would have to reach quickly as many despairing alcoholics as they could. Consequently, many groups began to hold meetings which were open to interested friends and the public, so that the average citizen could see for himself just what AA was all about. And that's what we call an open meeting. Most meetings are open. Yes, anybody can attend. Anybody, anyone. It doesn't matter who they are. You don't even need to be an alcoholic to attend an open AA meeting. You are welcome. Now, some meetings may not let you speak. Okay, they have that right. They do. If you're there to check out Alcoholics Anonymous, you probably don't know much about. Therefore, you don't need to be speaking. That makes sense. Does it not? Okay. Some people will stay after the meeting in order to answer any questions. Okay. But it cannot be dominated by that person either. Okay. Why? Because that will lead to crosstalk, my friends. Okay. I forgot. The response to these meetings was warmly sympathetic. Soon, groups began to receive requests for AA speakers to appear before civic organizations, church groups, and medical societies. Provided anonymity was maintained on these platforms, the reporters present the reporters present were cautioned against the use of names or pictures. The result was fine. Yeah, keep you out of it. Keep your picture out of it. Now, nowadays it's kind of tough. So you're gonna want to do what? Well, let's see what they have to say here. Because anonymity is not really what we're trying to get to on this one. We understand anonymity. I talk about anonymity quite a lot here. So then came our first few excursions into major publicity, which were breathtaking. Cleveland's Plain Dealer articles about us ran that town's membership from a few into hundreds overnight. The news stories of Mr. Rockefeller's dinner for Alcoholics Anonymous helped double our total membership in a year's time. Jack Alexander's famous Saturday Evening Post piece made AA a national institution. Such tributes as these brought opportunities for still more recognition. Other newspapers and magazines wanted AA stories. Film companies wanted to photograph us. Radio and finally television besieged us with requests for appearances. What should we do? Well, first, I'm going to take a little drink because so we had to go from being a secret society to everybody knows about AA. Okay. And it happened pretty quick, considering. I know a year's time sounds pretty long now because we want instant popularity. We want likes. What is it now? Stars. Stars. Little Resident Evil for you there. Stars. Right. What are we going for? I see people on TikTok and Facebook all the time. Oh, I'm going to recover out loud. Well, great. That's great. Why don't you recover first? And let's talk. I see so many people giving demonstrations of what recovery is, and they're off. I mean, I appreciate you doing it, but if you make a video and there's interruptions in it, what I see is money. If you can't just sit down and talk, then what are you really trying to go for? Honestly, do I come here and ask you for anything? Okay. I run off donations, man. Do you know that? I don't tell people that. Okay. Because it doesn't feel right here. It just doesn't. I've always given this away for free and I can't have it any other way. I'm not looking for stars. I'm not looking for popularity. I'm just looking to hang out with my friends and maybe help a person today. Yeah. That's my intentions. As this tide offering top approval swept in. Listen to that, top approval swept in. Gee, doesn't that sound like a lot of exciting emotions? Okay. We realized that it could do us incalculable good or great harm. Everything would depend on how it was channeled. We simply couldn't afford to take the chance of letting self-appointed members present themselves as messiahs representing AA before the whole public. Yesterday, I put a thing out about No Booze November, and that we don't do No Booze November because we do that every single day. Now you got people. There's literally, and it got okay. One was posted in the group, and it was put there so that you could see how these people act, how they act. They will act like they came up with No Booze November. Okay. Anybody that does that is just riding a train. Okay. They are riding on the top coats of other people, or they will put down anybody that they can in order to get to what they want. They don't care who they hurt. And they consider themselves messiahs. It happens all the time. Okay. The promoter instinct in us might be our undoing. There it is. See, we have great ideas. We alcoholics are smart people. We are. Okay. I don't like when alcoholics are, I'm stupid. No, the fuck you are not. Even with our mental disorders, man, we are sneaky. We are smart. And yes, that promoter thing in us, sure, I feel it. Heck yeah, I'm a promoter. I am a public figure. It's what I do. Okay. I talk publicly in this figure. I'm letting everything grow. I ain't shaving. I ain't not. Now I'm going to clean it up a little bit. If even one publicly got drunk or was lured into using AA's name for his own purposes, the damage might be irreparable, right? So even when we say AA didn't work for me, or you use AA in order to promote your shit, good or bad, it is wrong. Does it say good or bad? No, sure doesn't. It just says when using AA's name for his own purposes. So if you cut down AA in order to promote your own stuff, guess what? You're an asshole. You're telling people AA doesn't work. Why don't you tell your own experience instead of saying AA didn't work for me? Why don't you just say, I wasn't willing to do the third step. I wasn't willing to do a self-appraisal, and I wasn't willing to make amends. That's okay. I'm going to love you just as much. Okay. But now I'm actually going to respect you a little bit because at least you're being honest. Because at least you're being honest. See, none of this ever works if you can't be honest with yourself. If you do not lay to rest your old self, then you're still your old self. You have to kill off the old self. Why do you think this is so hard? We're dealing, first off, the death of your old self, then you lose your best friend. That's hard shit, man. We've already been abandoned to lay in our own freaking waste, you know? So that has got to be the deepest cut of all, right? Yeah. See, AA is about attraction and not promotion. Okay? Attraction, not promotion. It's in our traditions. We do not promote AA. Now, you might see PSA ads, public service announcements. Okay? AA does not do those. People that do public service announcements do. And those are perfectly fine. Yes, we can have ads at AA in the newspaper. Okay? You bet. I'm opening up a club right now. I'm getting ready to go flyer the whole town of Henderson. I'm going to go down to the flea market. I'll make Amber go with me one day. We're going to go down to the flea market. We're going to hand out flyers, man. We're going to go down, talk to people, talk to the public, be a part of. Okay, we're starting this. Do you know anybody that needs any help? Send them on down, man. Send them on down, right? We're going to need Spanish-speaking people too. I'll do what I want. That's right, and that's God's will. you've been not cranky, but God, what's the word? It's not precocious. Anyway, you've been a Virgo all week. I'll just put it that way. At this altitude, press, radio, film, and television anonymity, 100% anonymity, was the only possible answer. Here, principles would have to come before personalities without exception. Now, am I blowing the traditions here? A little bit. I'm pushing it. I am pushing it. My full name's up there. Okay. But I do not speak for AA as a whole. I only use my experience, strength, and hope. Sometimes I will bring up opinion, but I say this is opinion only. There are times when the topic is opinionated. Sure. Some things happen differently for other people, and that is okay too. It's all okay. Isn't that great? Yeah. These experiences taught us that anonymity is real humility at work. Yeah. If God wants you to have your day due, he'll give it to you. But it's going to come in the form of something much better than you thought. See, I'm putting together this club. I have ideas in my head, but there's no finalization there. There's none. Because it's going to be something that's ever growing, and it's going to grow beyond after me. Yeah. Hi, Ingrid. Good to see you, honey. I'm going to talk a little bit longer because you just showed up. I'm in the mood. So. I bought my first finance car. She's telling us about her week. This green one's a little bit better. I like this. Watched my Chiefs lose. Celebrated my favorite holiday. My nephew and niece's B-days were this week. Worked 2 jobs. Yeah, and unfortunately lost an uncle. I don't know what kind of mode I'm in either. You know what? You're in whatever mode you need to be. The main thing is this. You're sober. And your uncle would be so proud of you. And you know that. Both of them would be. You know that. Okay. You may not remember it. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Here's my thing. See, I used to correct people all the time. And so I stopped. If I'm like, you know what? I knew what they meant. I'm not going to correct them. Right. So I don't correct myself either. Yeah, that's 1 week. That is called life on life's terms. And you did it with grace. You did it with grace. Sorry I haven't been at the 3 o'clock. I know people miss me, but I got to do some things for myself. So, and I've been hitting some different meetings. All right. So anonymity is real humility at work. You know, yeah, but pretty soon here you're gonna be sick of me, Amber. I'm just giving you a break. There's a lot of work coming up. I just, I have some friends, and I want everybody to have a chance. You guys know me. It is an all-pervading spiritual quality which today keynotes AA life everywhere. Moved by the spirit of anonymity, we try to give up our natural desires for personal distinction as AA members, both among fellow alcoholics and before the general public. They're the ones I usually go to. You have them. I just been hitting Vitae and the Nooner. I'll probably be hitting Vitae today. So, I like Vitae. They're a bunch of old cranky people. You know what's cool though? A lot of those people that go to that meeting, they're a little bit older. They're all in wheelchairs, right? And they can't. Vitality has these stairs that even a normal person has a hard time getting up, and they can't make these in-person meetings. So you know what? They're going to be able to go to the new club. I told them about it yesterday. They're like, what? We can go to live meetings? That made me feel so good. It did. It made me feel really good. Yeah. Hey, Gary. I was just thinking about you because we were talking about the church and stuff. So I'm going to get a little bit of credit while Gary's here. Give him some. I haven't seen you in a while. Okay. He's the one that kind of hooked me up with Pastor Marcia and kind of got this thing rolling. So appreciate that. All right. See how one act can start to spread into something much bigger than you. Yeah. So thank you, Gary. Hope you're having a good day, brother. As we lay aside these very human aspirations, we believe that each of us takes part in the weaving of a protective mantle which covers our whole society and under which we may grow and work in unity. We are sure that humility expressed by anonymity is the greatest safeguard that Alcoholics Anonymous can ever have. Yep. Look at something. So, tradition 12, I'm not awake yet either. Or are you saying I'm not awake yet? Who's not awake? I'm awake. Just remember a couple of things. Number one, I don't speak for AA as a whole, and nobody does. Okay. Only God does that. Not even Bill W. spoke for AA as a whole. Okay. Nobody, no single person is specially distinguished. No one. Okay. Some of us might be a little bit more popular or things like that. But I'm telling you, every single person has a place in AA. In fact, there are a lot of people that are quite shy in AA. What do? They do a lot of background work. Actually, these people do a lot of service work. Okay, because it's hard to get out of yourself. Sometimes it's hard to do these things in public. I get it. I understand. Okay, so let's remember that these meetings, these open meetings, are for anybody. If you don't want drug addicts, if you don't want other types of addictions in your precious AA meetings, then you have to make it a closed meeting. Otherwise, it's an open meeting and anyone can attend. Yes. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. Happy Saturday. I hope everybody has a good day. I'm going to go finally check out the church today, get some pictures, stuff. Love you. Love you all. Peace out.